All right, we're live. What's up, everybody? Hey, how you doing? Got Troy, Squid, Rigo, Rockstar. What's up, guys? Welcome back. We are live for the Monday daytime stream. Starting late, it's 5:30. I was busy. I was working on, like, home stuff. We are. So it kind of sucks. I didn't get to this table until, like, 5:10-ish. Real life chores. Ugh. I was working. All right, let's grab this. Sometimes you got real things going on in real life you got to work on. I was working on the boats. Got to get rid of them. So I was working on that. All right. Did you know it's a lot of work to sell a boat? Yeah, I'm ready to let those boats go, man. I just don't use them. That's the problem. I don't use them because I work so much. And it's like, I didn't think that would be a problem, but it is. All right, restock on Black Bolt. We have hot PRB02. Actually, it's very hot. Great card breaks and new slabs. I do actually have some new slabs for you guys. I was cleaning up the slab boxes because we're looking for a Manuel Valencia's Pupitar, and I'm trying to figure out if it got missorted. And so I'm looking myself. And as I was looking, just started stumbling across expired slabs. So, you know, it's been a long time. We're going to start bringing those up here and getting them sold. We're going live for Monday day. What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome. Super humid out. Is it? Yeah, it's, how hot is it where I'm living? Hold on, let's see. Probably great time to go swimming. Maybe I'll go swimming later. Oh my God, it's 96 today. Says excessive heat. You know what's crazy though? On Thursday it drops down to 79. So it looks like we had 3 more excessively hot days and then it cools off. And that's not a surprise. I mean, we're heading into August. We're heading into the fall, guys. Notification of a cleared e-check. Oh, that's good. That was Wilson Chalco. That's good. Okay. Luke Laurie's got an order from 0 minutes ago. I think I was told I have some Ethereum. Miss Alexis is in today. Yay! Let me get rid of these junk emails. I get so many junk emails. Oh, there it is. There's the crypto order. Throwing that away. I think that was from Dylan? Dylan Cranfield, I think? All right, let me mark this unread. Let's see. Thought this was cool for your personal collection. Let's take a quick look. Oh, yeah, that is a good card. Oh, it's a 9. I see. All right, there we go. Just getting the stream prepped, guys. Let's put this up here now. Oh, Black Bolt. So give me a second. For Black Bolt, it's back in stock. We are going to temporarily move it to a different price. So it was 15. We're going to make it 16. But I'm going to go look real fast at the restock on the Black Bolt, because if the price on it hasn't changed, we are not going to change the price. I would just be surprised if it didn't move at this point. Typically at this stage, it has gone up in price a bit, but we shall see. Okay, I'm looking. Let's see. No, it should not change in price. It's fine. Let me go turn that down again. Hold on. This music's blasting my ears off. All right, let's see. Haha. So Black Bolt shall remain $15 a pack. That item has not changed. We are all good on that. Okay. Good. All right. Whew. I like the music we play, but if it's in my lap, the laptop is in my lap, it blasts my ears off. Okay. Good, 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 good. Let's hit close on that. We are playing, by the way, this is Donkey Kong Country. Is it? Or just Donkey Kong 2? All right. Very nice. Outside BWW, waiting patiently to meet a girl for our first date. Oh, I thought you said you were dating a BBW. All right. Let's see. All right. I want a woman that's got a body shape. Forget about that Coca-Cola bottle body shape. I'm looking for a woman with a Gatorade bottle shape. There we go. One of those big Gatorade jugs. Oh, baby. More to love. There you go. What's a BBW? Wait, what is a BBW? That means big, beautiful woman or something, right? Hold on, let me look it up. What does BBW mean? Big, beautiful woman. That's right. It's an acronym for big, beautiful woman. If she ain't shaped like a pear, throw her back. All right. She's skinny as hell. You're trying to date hell? Why would you date hell? I want to date heaven. Give me that BBW, bro. Any day. It is. Now, what do we got? So we got some likely expired slabs here. Okay. Oops. Oh, we got some fresh slabs in too, don't we? Oh, we got some of these Nido Kings, huh? So I think the Nido Kings, now this is for my personal collection, but the Nido Kings are for breaks. So we got a fresh break coming right up, guys. Breaking time, Morbin time. All right. Right now, the star card on the table is this Bandai Starters. That has 2 spots left in it. 2 spots. You know what? It doesn't have 2 spots. This is done. It's got 5 spots in it. If you were already in this break, you did well, because we lowered the number of spots. It's over. So you missed your shot. If you were thinking about buying in here, which you probably weren't, you missed your shot. So this is Bandai Starters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My treat. It's like a partial giveaway. I bought the last 2 spots, and I'm giving them out. Well, what I'm doing is I'm keeping them out. So the people who already bought in here got a sweeter deal. Your odds are higher. All right. So let's just get this guy out of here. We're going to add the Nido King right after this is gone. We're going to add the Nido King. Let's find their cards. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a real deal on this, by the way, because I'm pretty sure the raw card of this card right here costs more than 200. I'm pretty sure. I haven't looked it up in a little while, but that raw card is expensive as hell, dude. But you guys are here jumping in my break. Appreciate that. And I want to give you guys a treat today. So we're going to treat you. A little sweet treat. Ba-da-ding. Mister, if I paid for shipping in the nighttime stream, does it go out today or the next shipping day? So today, Alexis is in for shipping. However, the mailman has already come by. So that means that he will pick it up on Tuesday, isn't it? So yes, the shipping occurs on Monday, but it officially is picked up on Tuesday. Yes. But she's working on it. She's going to get you all packed up. She's already got your stuff. You're not allowed to add anything to it at this stage. All right, give me a number. Happy Monday, guys. Zoom in. All right, let's zoom in. Ta-da. Oops. Now you got to change this. How's that look? All right. Brandon says 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Oops. There we go. Now the names. Here's who made it in. Jose, Oscar, Rigo, Javier, Sarah. Cool. So we're handing this out 2 spots off. So I was supposed to sell it for 280, but I sold it for 200. That's like a third off the price, basically. So that's not bad, is it? That's not bad. And again, the raw version of this card, hyper expensive. Really expensive card. All right, give me another number. Oh, yeah. Brandon, you guessed last time, so we're going to do another person. 2, 1, 2. All right, very good. All right, we've got... Brandon really likes guessing the number. Here's Oscar. And here's Rigoberto Gil. And here's Jose Arredondo. Oh, could it be Jose Arredondo? All right, very good, dude. Sevadi. And Javier. There it is. That's the end of the Pocket Monsters Carddass break. Very nice. Looks like Jose Arredondo probably bought directly in. That looks like a store credit card, and he probably said, put me in that Bandai starters. So that is done. Any other breaks really close to being done? Yeah. Oh, we also get to choose a new card out to be the new star card. What do you think? What do you think is the oldest break on the table now? All right. Here we are. All right. Yeah, Mr. My relationship. What? Your relationship? Oops. Star card on your relationship? Hey, mister, did you get my ETH? Should be around 80. Let me know exactly how much. Dylan, I did. I was about to get to that. We're just posting this real fast. Let's get a link, because I don't think Tammy's here in the daytime. Let me get a link. And the Star Wars break, says Andy Dirksen. Star Wars, which one's oldest, though? We got to go by oldest first. Oldest first. So over here in breaks history. Carddass starters. All right, Carddass starters went off right away. And, oh wait, who won it? It was Jose, what was the last name? Wait, I threw the card out and I forgot what his name was. It was the guy with the four, hold on, I can just rewind it. I'm so dumb. My brain did not record the name into memory. Oops, Arredondo, okay, good. There's a couple Jose's out there, so here we are. Jose Dominguez comes to mind. Arredondo. I don't want to put the wrong last name on here because he won't get it. There you go. Congratulations, Mr. Jose Arredondo. It's one of those names like Bill or Dave or Tim or something, you know, where a couple guys got, or Michael, a couple guys got that name. All right, very nice. What are the breaks? Yes, let's show off the breaks. We've got a cloud break with 3 people in it, 22 spots. Blackbeard. That one's pretty old. Blackbeard's old now. The Mew break. This will end on its own. This is almost done. The Heartbreak. He's newer. Definitely the Heartbreak's newer. This is newer. Trafalgar Lost newer. The Waifu break's newer. No one's jumping in that. That is Lugia. Gyarados. That might be the oldest one. That Gyarados, I think, I'm pretty sure this is older than the Star Wars break. You think? Yeah, the Gyarados might be the oldest break now. Here's the Star Wars break. Here's the James break. That's newer. Here's the Mothman. That one's brand new. This is the new star card. All right. Quality break, too, by the way, if you didn't know that. Great card. So, Giovanni's Gyarados. Okay, so that's done. And the reason I wanted to get that caught up is because we are hosting a new break on a new card that you might want. The Rockets Nido King. Rockets Nido King. He's sexy as hell. Let's go take a quick look at him. Oh, he's gone up in price. Crazy. That's crazy, man. Is that Brett? Did I just get an order from Brett? What? What's up, Brett? Okay. Trying to decide how many spots should be in this Nido King. He's like, well, you know, there's a big difference between 5 spots and 6 spots. Let's run him as a 6 spot. Let's see what happens. All right. He's like a card where you kind of wish he either cost a little more or he was a little cheaper so that the numbers came out in a little bit of a more even fashion. It's annoying when that happens, especially with cheaper cards. All right. So here it is, Rockets Nido King alternative art. You know how hard those are to pull. You can open box after box after box and not pull an alternative art. You know, if you open a whole case of Japanese cards, a whole case, we're talking a whole case, guys. You open a whole case, there might be like 2 alt arts in the whole box, in the whole case. Really not that much. Might be 2, might be 3. It is. They can be pretty rough. We're going to try 1 and 6, and we are going to go ahead and indicate that this is in fact a star spot. That should be the default setting for all breaks. They should all just have a star spot always. All right, I'll call this the lightning break. But you know, to call it a lightning break is kind of a tricky thing because you don't know for sure if it's going to move like a lightning break. There it is. The new lightning break, Nido King, 1 and 6. All right, inventory day and payroll cycle tonight. Nice. Put it on Blackbeard, says Asmer. Manga Teach, says Mr. Asmer. What's going on? All right, so let me jump over here. Sorry if I can't read all your messages. I might miss a message. Let's see. So this is Ethereum, $82 of Ethereum, and that's Dylan Cranfield, right? Is it Dylan Cranfield? It was Dylan, right? So we're finally getting to the orders. Here goes Dylan Cranfield, 82. Good. The star spot, I'm desperate. Oh, put it on the Blackbeard. Well, he might be next. So he might be after this Giovanni Skirdos. And it'll be a nice thing. If you pull, we're gonna have a buyback price on the Blackbeard probably. So if you get moved into the Blackbeard on a star spot, I'm gonna offer a buyback price for store credit. Okay, you ready? So Luke Laurie, 1 Heat Wave Arena and 60 to slab away. 1 Heat Wave Arena. It is Luke Laurie. Dylan Cranfield, I got your store credit written down. There it is. $60 to slab away. 14-hour shift, left LFG fam. Luke Laurie. Oh, you're all done with it. Very nice. Let me go grab it. Play doh. Oh, we're getting close to August. If you've got a slab away that's on the border, and we get over that line on August, and I begin the whatever you call them, you're going to lose your card. So please, contact me if you're late on your card. Contact me if you're due. Make a payment on it. Extend it if you have to extend it, if you're allowed to extend it, because you can only extend it by 6 months. And if you've already done that, you're out of time. It just needs to sell. And so get it done, because I didn't run repos on July, but we're running them on August. And, you know, there's always a couple slabs, like 1 or 3 of them that get pulled back. Here we are. Of course, the people who generally lose their slab are not hanging out with us. They usually have left the group, or maybe they, you know, so I'm pretty much telling nobody. You guys here, you guys are never late on your slabs. Maybe somebody who's, maybe they don't want to buy Pokemon cards anymore or something, or who knows. But usually they're not here to hear me say that. Yeah, we're doing repos in August. Okay, 1 cold pack, Mr. Luke Laurie. The card clay doll is paid for. Very nice, man. We got a lot of nice slabs. Big inventory of slabs. Okay, we also have an order from our friend Arturo Perez. Put me in the waifu break for my fellow Gooners. Mr. Arturo, first one in the break. We'll mark you down as first so that everyone knows you were the first to dip your toes in. Hey, oh, Mister's here. Hey, what's up, man? The waifu break. There it is. Put a big fat 1 on this. All right. I think he quit carrying Lorcana. Do you have any Lorcana? I don't think I have any. If I find some, they'll be for sale probably at a discount. But yeah, I don't think we have any. Here we go. First guy in on the signature. This is Akira, right? No, Akiro's. Akira. So here we go. We got a Shelder with an 8 on it. I didn't do that for a very long time ago. That was a price tag. And this was for a guy named Edgardo. But he has not returned. Sorry, Edgardo. His Shelder's mine. All right. We got a little Shelder for sale. Probably just going to do the same price. It's probably going to be like $8. All right. That's an abandoned slab. He didn't want it. I don't know why it was abandoned. Here's another one. Wojciech Sikulski. See that handwriting? That's not my handwriting. That's John's handwriting. And I know if it's John's handwriting, it's a very old slab. So let's go take a look at Wojciech and see the last time he was here. Sikulski. All right. Mr. Sokolsky, the last time he was here, 8/24. His very last order was on 8/24. So this slab shall survive. Let's see. He'll go back into the box with the marking on it that says 8/24 on it. Is this another Wozniak? No, that's a Christian Garcia. So this is marked for death now. Because next time he gets pulled out of that box, I'll know the age. All right. All right, cool, man. Miss Beatrice, can I please get a spot in the Rocket Nido King break and pay off my slab away? Why, yes, you can, Miss Beatrice. All right. Discord message sent for the store credit. All right, so Dylan Cranfield will be next. Okay, we're looking for Beatrice. Ah. Bark, it's the doggies. Do, 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 do. There it is. The doggies are paid. I paid my bills. My bills are paid. Okay, all good on these. Look at that. Myena 10 reverse hollow and Puccina. That's pretty cool. Got them together. Okay. That's why we never have anything good on the table, because everyone already grabbed it. It's like, we do get cool stuff in. It comes in here and there, and then it goes up for sale, and then it's gone. It's so hard to find high-end cards because they go so fast. I need to have like a high-end card procurer. Who wants to be my money buyer, card buyer? I need someone who specializes in procuring cards for me. There you go. All right, Beatrice. Well, we have something like that. We have like finder's fees. If you ever help me find something, I'll give you a small cut of it. I don't say that very often, but that's been true for years. Okay, so Mr. Dillon, he wants a Korean Team Rocket ×5. Let's see, where are those hiding? This is one of my very favorite products that we have right now. It's a cheap way to enjoy the rocket packs, which is exactly what we needed. Did we put... It almost looks like we got a product here that we never put back on the menu. The Matchless Fighters. Is Matchless Fighters back on the menu? It should be. All right. Ready? All right. Sent for Shelder. Okay, Shelder's gone. He's just a fun, cheap slab. He's so cheap you can run an experiment on him. You can like drill holes in that card. All right, there we go. Edgardo's Shelder, the ghost of Edgardo. All right. Very nice, very nice. How's it going? Happy Monday, by the way, guys. Not the Mondays. 7 Korean Star Birth. Okay, Korean Star Birth. Let's get it. Star Birth. Here it is. 7 of these. Liking this order so far. It's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wow, that was perfect. I grabbed exactly 7. 2 English Obsidian Flames. Oh, jumping over to English now. Okay, so let's see where I keep those. Is this it? Yeah. Okay, he said 2 of these. Booster bundle. I want to see something today. Yeah? 1 sealed Card Wars Adventure Time. Oh, the Card Wars. Okay, so Card Wars. I can never find that when I need it, but I know we have lots of it. Not in here. How about in here? What do I got in here? I got like a million things in here. This box became like the de facto crazy stuff box. How about in here? Whoa, don't fall over. Nope. Here's a box of Attack on Titan. Remember, we thought we were sold out of this. Maybe this box has a signature in it. Wouldn't that be an exciting story? Because apparently we didn't open it all. Looking for that Adventure Time. You can never find it when you need it. I know I've got it. I can never find it when I need it. It's not over here, right? That is one of the least ordered items on my menu, the Adventure Times. And once somebody orders it, I have to spend 20 minutes finding it because it always gets shoved around somewhere. It's tucked away, basically. Oh, here it is. I found it. Oh, yeah. So these Adventure Time packs are pretty cute. Now, we're leaving this sealed, right? Who wants this box of Attack on Titan? How many packs are in it? What do you think? 45 bucks for this box? I think 45 bucks. It's a whole sealed box. Could have a signature in it. I don't remember a signature being pulled. You guys might remember. All right. So I'll place this here, or place this, I don't know, back here maybe. Now, 2 Destined Rivals. Oh yeah, that's the best set there is. That's my favorite set right now. Black Bolt's cool, but Destined Rivals is cooler. 1 Raw Shuffle and 1 shipping. All right, you got it. You got it. So 1 Raw Shuffle. Okay. All right. I'll zoom out so you can watch me shuffle it. See, this box is longer than the Pokey Shuffle. I should use a thinner box. Okay, we just grab a chunk of these. Then grab another chunk. We go 1, 2, 3. And that's your pack. Let's see what you got out of your pack. Boom! What? What is this? Oh, very nice. All right, you got 1 girl card. That's kind of a cold pack, isn't it? It's a bit of a cold pack. All right, you got 1 girl. So that's the Raw Shuffle. Now, let's go ahead and open up all of these. You ready? We leaving this sealed? Yeah, he says sealed. All right, so that's sealed. We got these Obsidian Flames. We'll start with the English ones. That's such an Adventure Time thing to happen to Adventure Time cards. For the box to be lost. We are. I think these Adventure Time cards have been going up in price every time. I remember somebody wanted to buy all my sealed boxes off of me. They're like, hey, can I buy those all? And then I looked it up. And the price had jumped significantly on them. And I said, wait! Then he didn't want it when I corrected the price. I was like, that's all right. Here's Team Weezing and Rabska. Zoom in! Oh, sorry, I zoomed out again, didn't I? There it is. Here's Varum and Houndoom. You guys are going to get nostalgic for Obsidian Flames pretty soon. That's what happens next. Hey, what's up, LaFlame? How's it going? Mister, do you still sell Lorcana? I do not sell Lorcana. How's Lorcana doing as a hobby? Is that hobby doing well? Yo. I got Metazoo, but I don't got Lorcana. How does that make any sense? Maybe we get Lorcana again one day. I don't know, because I sold Lorcana profitably once or twice here and there, and then we sold out of it, and I just didn't feel like restocking it. It made me uncomfortable. Because I didn't know how to look at it. I didn't know how to look at the future of Lorcana. Darkness Ablaze Nostalgia. All right, there we go. Let's see. Mr. LaFlame, we handed out your second or third or whatever slab it was yesterday night. So I think that's all your stuff's been handed out. And we are ready to move on to the Mark giveaways. Mark's got some giveaways. Mr. LaFlame, too generous. He gave away about $450 on his birthday. How do you guys feel about that? That's pretty wild, right? Here's Whimsicott. Oh, lovely. Oh, I'm crazy busy today, man. I got the BGS submission done tonight or last night, and then today I just been working on selling these stupid boats, man. It's a lot of work to sell a boat. Should just be streaming and working on my YouTube channel. It makes me not want to own a boat ever again. Not because boats aren't like any fun at all, but because I just don't have time for it. I don't have time to have fun on a boat, and I don't have time to sell a boat either. I don't have time for either of those things. So it's not really for me, is it? All right, here we are. Look at this. Yeah, that's why we were late today. I was busy working on my boats. I got 2 yucky boats. A really old one that's not really worth very much, and then a nicer, newer one, but it would only cost me $25,000, and I want to get rid of it because it only gets to like 30 miles an hour in the water, and it's just kind of lame. Who wants a 30-mile-an-hour boat? Not going to tell the buyer that. The buyer can decide when they buy it. That's what the salesman did to me, didn't he? He hosed me. He's like, if he was a good salesman, he'd be like, don't buy this boat. It only goes to 30. That's what he should have done. But no, he's a salesman. Here we are. All right. That's how it works in this world, guys. Dylan, where are we? Everything's for sale. All of it. But, you know, the boat seller, he probably knows which one you should buy. Ah, you had an older bag. I see. with the disc more messages about my tops, would you be able to buy in the collection or consignment only? Probably consignment only right now. I mean, without seeing them, I wouldn't even know if I want any of them. But, you know, consignment's not bad, right? We do 73% store credit, 70% cash. If I made you an offer on your cards, it would be kind of like that. It would be like a 70% offer. The only way I would buy your card outright, full buy it now price on the market, is if you had a particular card that I was looking for my personal collection. So let me know if you have Topps Chrome Sparkle Gengar, because I'm interested in that. That's about it right now. I'm also saving up for a home too, you know, so I'm only buying a card here and there, and it's got to be real special for my personal collection. So I saw Sparkle Gengar sold the other day, by the way, guys. Sparkle Gengar, he sold for, how much did he sell for? He sold for like, wasn't it like 6,000? Way, way less than what the cheapest Sparkle Gengar was for. I saw that in a data post that was talking about pricing. Yep, it was Sparkle Gengar. Every time you see Sparkle Gengar for sale, they want 20, 30,000 for it. He finally got put into auction, and he went for like 6,000. Yeah, those guys got pie in the sky prices. I don't blame them, though. It certainly is a special feeling card. If I had known it was going to be so cheap, and if I had known it was for sale, maybe I would have been on it, because I think I would have paid probably like up to 12,000 for it, but not 20. 20 is way too high. 20 is way too high. But, you know, that's the problem with auctions. Auctions are over before everyone knows that they were available. So I didn't even know he was up on auction. 30 miles. Mr. Slow Down. I think Lorcana is a good product with a good IP because it's Disney and everyone has nostalgia for that. It's got potential. When we opened it, I didn't like the style of the cards that much. I felt like they lacked a certain pizzazz for grading. And I'm more of a collector, not a player. So they designed it because they wanted to be kind of like Magic, I think. So whoever worked on it, they must have been Magic players, and they must have been like, let's copy Magic style instead of Pokemon style. See, this is Pokemon style. Look at this. Well, guess what? Pokemon's doing extremely better than just about anything else in the world right now. Should have copied Pokemon. And so Lorcana goes with the Magic the Gathering style feel, where it's just a simple holo. And then they got their Enchanted Rares, which is kind of like a Surge foil. It's all right. I didn't like it. Now, if they got much better looking cards today, maybe we'll look at it again. The other problem I didn't like, they took the characters and they gave them like secondary identities, like from Beauty and the Beast, Belle. She was like, Belle, the engineer. You didn't expect that, did you? I was like, oh, wow, this character that I'm not in love with. You know, because you fell in love with the characters from the original story as they were. So if you dramatically change the identity, it doesn't work. You know, it just isn't as good. So it should have been more like Belle, the beautiful woman, which is why you liked her in Beauty and the Beast. You didn't like Belle because she was an engineer in Beauty and the Beast. There are some girls who are engineers. Karis is an engineer, but Belle wasn't. So if you like Beauty and the Beast, you like her as she is, not as this new imaginary thing. So I didn't like that either. They took these characters and changed it. Like Pikachu. What if they took Pikachu from the anime and they said, Pikachu's an engineer now? You wouldn't exactly love that as a collectible. You'd be like, no, I'm looking to collect the nostalgic version of Pikachu from the TV show. And so I didn't like that change. And I didn't like the hollow foil designs. So that's why I cut out Lorcana. I felt that Lorcana was not going to be reaching its full potential as an investment quality product. And I removed things over time that don't feel like investment quality products. Pikachu the Illustrator. Pikachu is a captain now. Those kids are going to want those Stitch cards one day, though, lol. Yeah, well, I mean, Disney's not bad. Disney's not bad. I just, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel the magic, you know, the Disney magic. It felt sort of, remember when Skylanders was out and Disney did a Skylanders ripoff? Remember that? What was that called? You guys, Disney Infinity or something? You guys always remind me of that one. I remember that because it didn't sell. Disney Infinity went out of business. So I'm not saying Lorcana's going to go out of business, but I do think that Disney's got to improve them. So that's how I felt about them. Now, it could be the case Disney already has improved them. I don't know. I don't know that. I haven't paid attention. What's your opinion on One Piece? Oh, the opinion on One Piece is much higher. Yeah. Opinion on One Piece, probably very investable. It really, you know, has to prove itself over time. But if it does prove itself, you will see prices jump. Because it's a confidence thing, isn't it? So it's a confidence thing. If people don't have confidence in it, they don't want to invest in it. So only the risk takers in the early stages will buy it. And if your risk pays off, you will be wealthy. If, however, it does poorly over time, it will sink. However, the same principles that makes collectibles a good investment today apply to anything, including Disney Lorcana and One Piece. The sales data indicates there's a lot of excitement over One Piece. So, and that has been sustained for like 2 or 3 years now. So I think One Piece is looking very, very good. And yeah, too bad I don't watch One Piece. So I just collect Pokemon. All right, let's see. By the way, I will also say this. One Piece cards actually look good. That's not true with the Lorcana cards. I had a problem with the way they looked. That is one of my rules for card investing. It must look good. If it doesn't look beautiful, like if I didn't know what it was, if I had no clue what it was, but I looked and I said, hey, that looks hot, that's a good sign. So like, look at these manga rares. Look at this. By the way, this is a break you can jump into. Look at that manga rare, man. That's hot. So this style of card looks so much better than what Disney came up with for Disney Lorcana. And I don't know why Disney didn't just invent a good product. They invented a kind of a boring product. Boring's not allowed. It's not allowed. That's the rule. And they broke the rules. They're not playing the game by the rules. So they got to make something that's not boring. So if Disney Lorcana has a surge in popularity because they improve it all, good for them. And I would love to see that. By the way, Dylan, let me make sure this shipping is right. Let's see. You gave me your address, didn't you? Yes, let me make sure it matches the one we had on file. Oh, we had a different one on file. Hold on, guys. I got to update Dylan's shipping. Hold on. We're not done with Dylan. So we're going to take this label right now. We're going to get rid of it. Dylan changed his shipping address. Very important that you catch my attention on that, okay? Okay, we're going to delete this. Throw that away. Let's clear this out. We're going to go in and cancel that label next. The Gundam foils have raised foil outlines like Dragon Ball does. Good thing you checked, mister. I also just sent for a double down. Nice, dude. All right. Well, you know, we had like one package this year, and it got shipped to an old address. It had a Captain Pikachu in it, and it was a real sad thing. And I decided to just take the loss on it. I paid it to fix it. Technically, the customer's job is to get my attention and tell me that their address changed. So that is up to you guys to catch my attention on that. But you know, I'm also on the lookout. I'm trying to stop it too. So I just had a gut feeling. I said, wait a second, Dylan hasn't shipped since 11/24, and so we need to make sure that the addresses match. Okay, so we deleted the label. Let's go in and get rid of your old information out of my system now, because that's part of the problem. Is it saves the information, and so that information might be bad over time. Okay, Dylan, so the old address is deleted. Now we got the new address. All right. Nice to have you back here, by the way, Mr. Dylan. All right, we got the new address. We are printing a fresh label now. How nice. Print. Did it work? Oh, wow, it's working. Goofy movie going to be in the next set. Oh, nice. Yeah, the overall principle of collecting I'm very strong about. Like, for example, I don't collect sport cards, but I believe that they're a good thing to hold. I'm not collecting Lorcana, but it might be a good thing to hold. But part of the game is to try and determine what's the best thing to hold. And for me, it's hands down, without any question, Pokemon cards. And so my question for you guys is, why diversify? Why not just do all Pokemon? The more diversified you are, maybe the better odds you have of winning in an example where the some surprising set does well. But you're also pulling your money away from Pokemon, which is just really doing well. All right, it's almost Mr. Brett's turn, but first it will be Ivan Rodriguez's turn. He bought the Shelter. Oh yeah. There it is. Didn't know if you saw, but Lorcana introduced a new rarity, Iconic. You might get one per case or even lower chances. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, they realized they needed to add some gambling. What? Mr. Mark's doing a giveaway. Mark is hosting another giveaway. Oh my gosh. Mark Valerian. I don't understand you, man. You're just a generous guy, huh? That's it? This guy he's giving out $1,000 in January, or in January. That's $1,031, bro. All right, you got it, man. Whatever you want. So, by the way, Mark, your giveaway begins tonight. We have it right over here. But you're also giving out a box of that magical Shiny Treasures. So we're going to put your name on this one and run that one afterwards. Jesus, dude. Crazy. Woo. Labubus? Yeah, Labubus. Well, Labubus kind of show off that there's a demand by adults to collect rare things other than gems, you know, because our great-grandparents collected gems and diamonds. But here's the problem with gems and diamonds. Turned out they're not very rare. So what do you collect now? Not gems and diamonds if you're smart. So what's really coming into fruition, people are collecting items that companies with influence have made rare. So they say, well, we'll make a limited number of these things and then they'll be rare. And that is the trick. That is the secret sauce. That's what people want. People don't just want to have the same toy as everyone. They want to say, my toy is 1 in 1,000, and that's it. There's no more after that. So that's what people buy to collect. Collecting has become a very serious business opportunity. It's the future, maybe, you know. So, okay, so Ivan's got an order for shipping only. Here you go, Ivan. And you could have predicted this behavior from video games. Video games already told us that that's what makes people go crazy. When you play a video game with RNG-like mechanics, where, you know, you have to kill the same bad guy over and over again for the right loot drop, and then you've got it, no one else has it, that keeps people playing for a very long time. Think of Destiny. So that's what it's all about right there. It's people want that in real life, and companies are figuring that out. Maybe they should have known about it sooner, but companies are certainly figuring it out now. My girlfriend collects the Labubus. I'm so sorry, bro. Labubus, again, they lack multiple problems. No nostalgia, no video game, no manga, no anime, no movies. Could Labubus work on all those things? If they're clever, they will. So it's not impossible for any company to sort of become truly collectible and expensive. However, this early in, you're just tossing your money away. I wouldn't do it this early. Way too early. Because so many companies can just copy what Labubu did. Any of them can copy what Labubu did. You can't copy Pokemon because they're 30 years old now, and they did something brand new that no one else had done. Anyone can copy what Labubu is doing. So you are potentially going to lose your money. You're going to lose your ass on that thing. All right, Ivan. This is slabs only. I would not trust Labubus this early on. Okay, let's see. Now we're going to jump over here and take care of our good friend, Mr. Brett. All right, Brett. Ancient Origins box break, Mr. Brett. Mr. Brett. Brett, you're smart, man. You're opening the thing that you probably should open. So this is it, the Ancient Origins box break. And this item just keeps going up in price. And not just that, the pulls in it are going up in price. So look up the Ancient Origins pulls. And they're just shockingly expensive. So you're on 17 as well. You got number 17, Mr. Brett. But if we take a brief look at the Ancient Origins, like, let's say, the Mega Rayquaza from that set, which is one of the great pulls from that set, and there's a lot of great pulls. Say, PSA 10 Ancient Origins. If you take a look at these prices, it's just unbelievable. They used to be somewhat affordable in the past. Not anymore. Let's see. Let's take a look at this real fast. Okay. All right, so this just ended. Take a quick look. So look, we got Mega Rayquaza, 7.6 thousand, 7.6 thousand, 7.6 thousand, 7.3 thousand, all at the end of July. Like this one right here was from yesterday, July 27th. And looks like this one was bought outright. Buy it now. Because if you look at these, these auctions hitting 7.6 thousand, that supports that this price is correct. So somebody just said, I better buy that. Yeah, that's crazy. That's one card. One card. The whole box can have cards in it. Here's the Primal Groudon selling for 5.6. 5.6, guys. Just one card in the whole box. Remember, even the non-hollows can be graded, technically, but also reverse hollows and hollows, which can be worth quite a lot. Let's see if we can find a expensive hollow from the set real fast. I'll show you another reason to consider the ancient. Now, you guys are buying all this modern product, which is fine, because modern product, I think, can do well, too, now that we've got a lot of evidence about that. Look at that. The Lugia's going for 2K. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's really nuts. If you can even find one. Here's the Giratina. He sold for $1,400 on July 13. Here's the Tyranitar, 1.4 thousand on June 8. Oh, here we go. So check this card. I love this card right here. That's the Gyarados from the set, and he's one of those ancient trait cards. They're called ancient traits. They're kind of like what they put in Cosmic Eclipse before Cosmic Eclipse was made. So they were called ancient traits, and they had like this full art design, kind of like the ARs that we have today. See, it looks like an AR. So that concept was a concept that they started doing in the XY era. And it says this one sold on July 11, marked down from 1,300. Now, we don't know what they paid for it, but maybe 1,000. We don't know what they officially paid for it. But yeah, I mean, the reason that's so crazy, here we go. This one sold for 1,000. The reason that's so crazy is because that's not considered a rare card in the box. You'll pull about 4 of those per box, and Gyarados is just one of the ones you could pull. But those are ancient trait cards, and they're treated more like an EX card or a V card, if you remember the V cards. Yeah, pretty wild. Wonder if they have a plain holo that I can find for you guys. Yeah, here we go. Look, on May 30th, here's a plain reverse holo of Ancient Origins Flareon. Here it is, Flareon's reverse holo, $700 for a plain holo. That is vintage card status, man. You don't get to just sell a reverse holo for $700 in a normal modern set. So, you know, these boxes are skyrocketing because people are seeing that and they're going, holy, bro. But that's what it's going to be like for all the XY era now. It's not just, it's not an anomaly from this set. It's happening with all the sets. Here's another cool one. So this one just sold. Here's another ancient trait card, a little cheaper. That's the Entei, went for $400. That's funny. It went for less than the Flareon. But, you know, Entei's decent. And, man, it's crazy stuff. What's an Ancient Origins box going for right now? Let's just see. Have they gone up even further? I haven't even checked. Ancient Origins box. 130 point tells you what they paid in offers. Nice. There we are. So the cheapest Ancient Origins box is a little more expensive now at 5.4 thousand. Wow. It was at like 5,000 when I last checked. It's changing in price in real time. Look at this. On July 27th, a nice box sold for 6,000. That's a sale. That's also a sale on July 11th, 6,000. So it's done that twice now. Man. Oh, you guys should jump in that Ancient Origins box because I'm going to raise the price if you don't. Just telling you, okay? If it's changing in price in real time, that box will update. It's so crazy to see it. We've never had a break like that, by the way. We've never had a break where the box is changing in price so fast that the price gets updated like 4 times in the middle of the sale. All right, let's see. Next up, we got Jesus Aguilera, 5 Tiers of the Planet. You got it. 5 Tiers of the Planet. You got it, man. I remember when you couldn't give that set away. What, Ancient Origins? Nah, no, that's not true. That set always did well. People talked about XY Evolutions like that a little bit. They said there was too much of it and it didn't do very well. Ancient Origins, I mean, maybe you're talking about in the XY era, that time period, but how could that set be bad? I mean, it's got Rayquaza, it's got Lugia, it's got Groudon, it's got Darkrai, it's got Tyranitar, it's got Mega Ampharos, and it's got the Evolutions for the Holos, and it's got Gyarados in it. There's no way that set was ever, like, the worst of anything. There's a reason why I bought so much of it, is because I did an analysis on the XY era, and that was one of the best boxes you could potentially hold. That box is going to be $8,000 eventually. That'll be an $8,000 box in 2 seconds, I bet. Here we are. Here's Sinke. You know, now that I paid $327 for my AO Groudon. Nice, dude. Here's the Mandragoras. But, you know, now that Mega Evolutions are relevant, those boxes are going to 8,000. That's what'll happen. It could take a little while. Vegnagun. And I'm not going to contribute to that. I've already got some for myself. I'm pretty satisfied, so I won't be buying any more. But, yeah, those boxes are going up. Yeah, back in the day, now everything is good. True. But, you know, and we've seen stuff like base set Scarlet, Rebel Clash. We've seen base set Sword and Shield. Those boxes, even though they weren't considered super popular, they went to the moon too. Just didn't matter. Here's Jesus Aguilera. But that principle wasn't actually working back in the XY era, I'm sure, because Pokemon didn't really go crazy until about 2019. That's when Pokemon cards first went crazy. I ordered 2 History of Z. Indeed you did. Let me grab those. I'm sorry. There we go. 2 History of Z's. 2 History of Bofa. Where is the History of Z? Here it is. There we go. Ooh. How do I get more time for the day? I need a part-time job to support my expensive hobby. Yeah. That's what I did. So if you guys want to know what was part of my success, first of all, I guess I was very lucky and I succeeded as the Game Economist. And that channel kept earning me money even when I quit. And it was earning decent money. But then I started working on my next channel, and I could have worked 40 hours a week and limited my income by working 40 hours a week, which was fun. What's crazy is some people work less than that. They don't work 40. So if you can work all the way up to 40, get the full 40. But if you're working less than 40, you got to improve that, man. But then after you got to 40, what you're going to learn is you can actually work probably about an extra 15 to 20 hours a week. And that's like half your paycheck if you think about it. So you can collect an extra half paycheck by just taking on a lifestyle where you work 55 to 60 hours a week. Now, it's not very exciting or fun to do that, but do you want to grind or not? You know, you gotta decide if you're going to lock in and grind. And so I did 60 hours a week. Well, I did it ever since Coca-Cola, really. Coca-Cola was my first 60-hour-a-week job. I learned a lot from Coca-Cola doing that. And, you know, I brought that energy with me when I went to school for computer science, and I got that degree. And I was working like over 60 hours a week in the senior year because I had a part-time job as working, well, it was almost full-time, working with Tech Systems. Yeah, it was called Tech Systems. That was the name of the company. And I was doing a contract job for them. And so I was doing that job while I was in my senior year, and it was just really crazy. But I was super, super ambitious and determined. Then I graduated, and I was doing 60 hours a week on the Game Economist. Now I'm doing 60 hours a week over here. That's how you get it, guys. That's how you get that early seed money. I call it seed money. I think that comes it's like a Chinese term or something like that. I don't know where it originated, but you might call it like the snowball or whatever you want to call it. Here we go. 2 spots. Victor Kokiko, the Mega Sublist. You got to start with nothing. That means that early on you want to grind, and get that early seed money, and then you got to plant it somewhere. I planted it in Pokemon cards, like a gamble. So I guess you could say there's some luck involved, but it worked. It worked like crazy. Who works 40 hours these days? A. Perez, are you not working 40? Bro, you got to work 40, man. Here we are. 40 is the minimum. 40 is like the easy. That's the easy bar. The hard part is when you jump over 40. All right, William Wafter also wanted the Shelter. I'm so sorry, William. That is sold. You got $8, Mr. William. I'm sorry, man. Didn't mean to have you here with $8 store credit. I get 2 days off and work 40, 45. Perfect. The new job is really busy in the summers, so it won't last. Here we are. Yeah, I mean, if you're not getting 40, you got to at least get 40. But if you're ambitious, if you're like foul tarnished, if you're like that guy, the flame of ambition. If you got that flame of ambition, you got to go more than 40. Because that's when you start doing better than the people around you, is when you decide you want it that bad and you start putting in more hours, you know? Because what are you going to do? You're going to watch Netflix? You're going to watch Netflix and eat junk food? You're going to play video games? I like video games myself. I'm not hating on video games. I watch Netflix, by the way. But, you know, you can squeeze those things in. But you got to, if you want to really kind of pull ahead of people, work on getting a better paying job. So you got to pump your resume out all the time and get more hours. And so, yeah, if you got a good job and you can pick up a side job, now you got more money for investing. And then you just got to invest it good. And if you do, 7-10 years down the road, you're set. And that's what has happened for me. I met Karish 12 years ago, so it's been 12 years now. And 12 years down the road, my life looks very different than the broke boy that I was 12 years. I was very broke 12 years ago. I was extremely broke. So grind, grind, grind. You just got to accept it in your heart or something. You got to accept it that there is a cost for earning money, and it's going to be your free time. So here it is, 132 from Mr. Dylan Cranfield. Dylan, once you get your brain to accept that that's going to be what's going on, that you got it, there's a cost to building something, building wealth, building whatever it is you dream of, whatever you're ambitious about, whatever you're in love with. Because the last thing you want to do is just, doesn't matter if you want to be rich or if you want to write a symphony. Doesn't matter. You could just, maybe you just want to make a movie. Maybe you want to make a symphony. Maybe you want to build a YouTube channel. Maybe you want to get into constructions. Maybe you want to learn something new, teach yourself something. Doesn't matter what you want to work on. If you're just watching TV and playing video games and doing nothing else, it's not going to happen. So you got to make a time sacrifice to get the things that you want at some point. My order's on Discord. Do I have any store credit? I had a slab on consignment. No, I don't think that has sold, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt, so I don't think you've got any consignment money. I think I'd remember that. Here we are. Let's see. The consignment slabs, we're about to start August, and what'll happen is all those consignment slabs will come up on the table. We'll get them a fresh price, and then what we'll do, we'll have a special channel in Discord from here on out, and it'll be called the Consignment Slabs channel. So you can go see your exact cards up there, okay? I want to be a rapper. We were joking about that yesterday. All right. Yeah. I like money. I'm really funny. My eggs are runny. All right. So, Dylan Cranfield. Let's just see. Round number 2. So, round number 2 is 10 of the Team Rockets. Can I just do 2 art box sticker packs? Yeah, let's take care of that for you right away. So, I'm going to do his 2 art box sticker packs so he doesn't have to wait for his turn twice. Let me see if I can find them first. Okay, I think I found them. There they are. Get into AI ASMR. It's the hit thing on TikTok now. Oh, I'll do that. Here we are. I'm going to work on my MySpace page. It's coming back, I heard. MySpace. I want you guys to do well. You guys got to do well, okay? I'm telling you, if you're part of this group, if you're part of this community, you got to go out there and whatever, sow your seeds or something. Sow your wild oats. Because I need you guys to go out there and be successful. And then we'll have a lot of Pokemon cards together. And it'll be great when we're older. We'll be like, hey, remember when we were just starting out and now we're further along and life is good? So we got to have that. Here's Charmander. All right. Very good. Okay. And here's Meowth. Ooh. All right. Meowth. Very nice. That's for William Wafter. Okay. Thank you, William. I want you guys to come back and talk about, your new jobs, your new home, your upgrade, whatever it is you upgraded, the thing you were grinding for and now you own it. I want to hear about that. That's exciting news to me. That's the kind of stuff I get off to. I really, really am into success. I like talking about it. I like dreaming about it. I like hearing about it. I like talking strategy. So you want to talk strategy with me? I like talking strategy. It's like another video game, but real life, So I like playing video games, and when I play games, I like to win. So I want you guys to win in real life. Okay, so here's Dylan picking up 10 Korean rockets. There we go. I've slowed down on cardboard, but I still have the cardboard itch. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a 10. Okay, 10 of these. There you go. The Art of the Itch. Black Bolt and White Flares, the newest set. Aim for a goal, hit card, and go from there. Hey, I'm re-entering the Pokemon hobby. What should I buy? Well, I don't know if I would 100% recommend Black Bolt or Black Bolt White Flare because they are the brand new set, but the Mega set's coming out not too far from now, and they're both cool sets, but I actually don't know how well Black Bolt will do. The Zekrom, the Reshiram, and the Victini will do very well, I suspect. Here we are. That's the break, by the way. We have one person in this break, if you didn't know. Did you guys know about this break? This is the new Nido King break with one person in it. We need 5 more. Okay? Now, Dylan Cranfield, he needs the 10 Korean Starbirth. Let's get that for you. I want to say thank you, Mr. and family here. I'm sad to say that still be here to support you, Mr. and try to finish my... But I did lose my job 2 months ago and finally keep my house. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we are. Well, I hate to hear that. Life's complicated. If there's one thing that's true about life, life's always changing. And when you have a good thing going on for you, you got to appreciate it while you've got it, because eventually it ends. All good things come to an end, right? And so, yeah, wherever you're at life, the trick is you got to have some energy about it. So, you know, whatever gets you energetic, maybe it's some jazzy music, maybe it's a coffee. So have some energy about it. And then, you know, don't get too depressed or anxious about life. Just like that very popular word, lock in. You got to lock in. So whatever your goals are, write them down. Get angry that you don't have it already. I feel like anger has always been a very strong driver for me in life. Like, I don't tolerate things being the way they shouldn't be for too long. So if things are the way they should not be and it's giving me stress, I go, well, there's one way to fix that stress. I got to go work on that. And if I leave it alone for too long, if I don't work on it, I do get angry. So I'm a kind of guy who gets angry when things aren't the way they should be. My mom was like that. She was really crazy, though. Maybe I'm a little bit crazy. Maybe I'm the toned down version of it. But she was real crazy. She was really strict. Holy dude. All right, there we go. But I think I mentioned that the other day. I said my mom was like OCD, and she was like too clean or something. Like things got to be perfect. Yeah, she was like a perfectionist for sure. And she would just lose it, dude. She would lose it. Maybe it's like an Irish thing. I got some Irish genes in me. You know, they say the Irish get angry or something like that. But I don't tolerate things being the way they shouldn't be for very long, because eventually something's going to crack. I'm going to blow up. And then it gets worked on, and then it gets worked on, it gets fixed. So if you got a challenge ahead of you, if you've got a problem in your life stressing you out, just turn on that good music, drink that coffee. Maybe you need a cookie. I don't know. Don't eat too many cookies that make you fat. And then just set about it, you know, set about it. Dream about the way things should be. Have a vision for it, you know. All right, so 3 Obsidian Flames, 4 Destined Rivals. And you're going to feel so relaxed when it's all put back into order anyways. You know, that's what's relaxing. Relaxation is not having a big problem on your shoulders and then maybe going toward, I don't know, Netflix, relaxing on your recliner, some sort of drug, you know, going toward that to sort of cope with the stress. Relaxation is when you just tackle the thing that's causing the stress and create like a list of steps. I'm going to do step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. Here's the thing I worked on today. It's almost like working out, actually. You know, working out makes you look hot, makes you look younger, makes you feel better about yourself, but it burns energy. So it's hard to do it. You know, it takes discipline. It takes ambition. And like I said, I think it takes anger sometimes. You got to have a little anger and be like, we're not going to tolerate this. This isn't the way things should be. Things should be better than this. And so a little bit of good anger, not the bad kind of anger, not like, oh, I'm going to burn it all down. Don't do that. But a little bit of the good kind of anger, like we're not going to tolerate this. This has to be the right way. And just, you know, get uncomfortable and start working towards your goals. And you know, you're going to feel good about it as things progress. You're going to feel like you put up a fight at least, you know. So that's my message today maybe is don't get too comfortable, guys, and have a big dream. Here's the Raw Shuffle. You ready? TCC Raw Shuffles. Oh, yes, this thing. Here we are. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Ivan. Here we are. My family, when I was younger, my family was always on the brink of losing our home. It's one of the reasons I think my parents were so crazy, or my mom at least. We were always real close to losing our home because 11 children, 1 income. We didn't really, I don't think we applied for welfare at all. My family was like against that kind of stuff. They were too proud. So we didn't get any kind of government help. And yeah, it was difficult. So they were always talking about how close we were. Here's a Zeshian. Ooh. And wow, that is a cold pack. Hey, look at that Lilo and Stitch, though. That's kind of cute. So you got this Lilo and Stitch colored poker card. These are gradable. I've graded these with PSA before. PSA grades these. So you might grade that Lilo and Stitch. But let me just point out, you got 2 cold packs there, man. Those were 2 cold packs in the Raw Shuffle. Okay, and there's a Jasmine. She's kind of nice, too. Anger makes you see tunnel vision. Well, it depends. Anger is not just like red rage, I'm a punch a bitch. You know, it's not like that. Anger is this motivating force that tells you you're frustrated at the way things are, and now you're just going to be in a bad state until it's the way you wish it was. The trick is to take that anger and sort of like wield it in a positive way. Take it and channel it into your list of steps that you need to take. And when I was younger, I used that a lot. I was very angry when I was young. I was super angry when I was young. I had a lot of problems hanging off of my shoulders when I was young, and it was stressful and it was not good. But instead of just, taking that out on society, maybe like vandalism, maybe theft, maybe getting a physical confrontation with somebody, maybe do drugs to feel good about myself, like alcohol, just drink my problems away. Instead of any of those, I was all goal-oriented. So I said, I want to be rich. I want to have a normal life. I want to have a girlfriend. I want to have a car. And then I had steps. I said, okay, we're going to work on this today. I got to make these phone calls. I got to apply for this job or that job. So I took that anger and I sort of funneled it toward what can I do? What can I, turn on my angry music? Yeah, I got like all my angry music, right? Turn on my angry music and funnel that toward the thing that I want. And that's what anger is really best at. So if you're a man and you have anger for like the way your life is at the moment, the trick is to take that anger. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt the people around you. Don't get yourself in trouble. Guys do that all the time. They get themselves in trouble, right? Like, they get so angry. Oh, I'm going to run this person over. I'm so angry, right? And then you're in jail for the rest of your life. That was dumb. Breakups are a great example of that, by the way. Breakups are a perfect example of improperly used rage. You get in a bad breakup, and then you hurt yourself. Like, let's say you commit suicide over because she broke up with me, bro. Well, congratulations. This girl that doesn't want you got you to kill yourself. Like that's a mistake. Or far worse, you hurt the girl because you're mad at her. You're going to jail for that too. And you hear about that in the news all the time. Guys committing atrocities because of a breakup or a divorce or whatever. Total misuse of your rage. Your rage is there to be utilized like a tool to work on the things that make your life better, not worse. And so that's what I did with my anger. When I was younger, I had plenty of anger, and I directed it toward productive things like making more money or getting a better job. I went from Target to Walmart, Target to Sears to Walmart to Coca-Cola. And every time I moved to a new job, it was an upgrade. Until I was making $12.50 an hour at Coca-Cola. Minimum wage in Missouri was like $7. So I went from $7 to $12.50, and that was a pretty good upgrade. And then I went from that to college, and then I went from college to tech systems, and then from tech systems to game economist, and then game economist to card economist. So it's just upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. And it's all that energy, that pent-up energy and the frustration and the desire, the ambition, like having a vision for what you do want. You take all that and you funnel it right, and it's a good thing. Here's Laurentis. Cool story. Cool story, bro. Put the Pokemon cards in the bag. I do, mister, because I've been through hell, my health, and now finances, but still stay positive. That's good, man. That's good. Here's Growlith. Here's iDrapple. All right. I say we go to PSA and demand the Victini. What? 6? She's just waiting for that Victini. Okay, so we open up your English cards. I like your little Ethan's Typhlosion, and you got a Ninetales AR as well. So those are your 2 pulls there. Not super crazy, not a super snipe. But you got some other hollows here. I like the hollows from the Destined Rivals set especially. Yeah. I believe in you guys. If you guys got obstacles, and we all have obstacles in life, if you have obstacles, I want you guys to think about how to make things the way they should be, Don't tolerate your life being out of order for too long. Think about the things that give you stress, and then instead of just letting them stress you out, go take steps on how you can make it better. And actually do it, like just get up and just go start doing it. That's how I started this channel. One day I said, I'm going to start a Pokemon card channel. And I went and I bought a brand new iPhone. I'd never had an iPhone before. And I bought lamps and I bought, I bought product, and I just started putting things together all of a sudden. You have to be a little manic and actually go do stuff. You have to take risks. You got to be willing to take a risk. So you have to be a little manic sometimes. Not for too long. But physically getting up and doing things, and I want you guys to be that way because I want everyone here to succeed and talk about, hey, I got the things I wanted in life. All right. I got obstacles too. We've all got obstacles. I'm trying to lose weight right now, and I got to get rid of my boats. Oops. Yeah, that one's trying to jump away. We've all got obstacles. If you got something in life stressing you out, take that stress and don't avoid it. Go work on it. You'll feel much better anyways. You are? Hey, yo, look at that redhead on the right side of the Rocket Pack art. What? What are you talking about? Hey, yo. I can hear 6 now. Give that Victini a 10 and bring it out now or I'll draw you pregnant. No. I'm trying to gain weight, says Dennis. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, some people are like more thin than they wish they were, and they wanted to have a little muscle on them. You are? Yeah, it's interesting how our bodies work very differently sometimes. But that is an issue for some guys. They have trouble putting weight on. It's got to be in the brain, right? Like, I eat too much because my brain tells me to keep eating, and that's the more common problem. But also, maybe your brain's not telling you to work out, and your brain's not telling you to eat. So that's also possible. We are. Whatever the case is, you know, have a big dream, go after it, and don't be afraid to go after it. Be motivated to go after it. I feel like when it comes to motivation, being a kind of person who's quick to anger is surprisingly effective. Not tolerating problems for too long. You got a problem, don't tolerate it. Be like, I'm not tolerating this. This is not okay. And then just go work on it. There we are. Ooh, look at that Kangaskhan. Ooh. There we go. I want to be Hokage one day. Just do the Flex Seal guy. Sink the boat when the summer is ending. Dredge it back up. And apply more Flex Seal. Yeah, Flex Seal. Here's this. Boy, that was a long time ago. That was an internet meme. That's an older internet meme now. Ooh, Spatiops. Rawr. All right. Energy is a very important thing. I feel like, you know, that's probably one of the biggest struggles of all, is just finding energy somewhere in your brain and in your body to do the things that need to be done. The couch. The couch is like the slow death, you know. Couch, the recliner. At the end of the day, you just want to kick back, peel your socks off, pull that big comfy blanket over you and be like, got my couch, got my drink, got my videos, got my Xbox or whatever it is you got. And that is like a slow death, isn't it? So that is, the recliner itself is a type of drug, is it not? The recliner is a type of drug, not a really dangerous drug like heroin, but it kills you in other ways, you know. Stops you from your ambitions, stops you from exercising, and it'll get any of us because it's so common. Just like cookies are common, cookies and the recliner, they're like a dangerous 1-2 combo. Why don't I just stretch out and have a cookie? All right, there it is. That's for Mr. Dylan, and he's got an outgoing baggie. Dylan has a message. Dylan says, so far it's a new to triple down. Yeah. Mr. Read the end of the Discord message. Should still be $12 left. Let's see. If all packs are cold, open one more Destined Rivals. Ooh, okay, one more Destined Rivals. You got it, man. Okay, one more Destined Rivals. Drink a bang right now. I can feel my heart beating. Oh my God. You're lying. Mr. Cardconomist told me to drink three Red Bulls. What do we got? What do we got? We got Hippopotamus, Team Rocket Drowsy, and Grim Snarl. Ooh. I have trouble gaining too. This community is super positive. Everyone supports each other. It's wholesome. It's great to see. We do have a nice community. There it is. I think that's really essential. Is to have a really kind of refined community. There it is. All right. People that you don't mind hanging around with all day. You don't want to hang out with the whole wide world sometimes. Getting the whole wide world into your stream might be more profitable, or it might be more ad revenue, but it does not necessarily make it a nicer place to hang out, does it? All right, let's see. We are done with that. We have an order from... Let me try and find the oldest order, okay? I want to make sure we take care of the oldest one first. Okay, we just did the Ethereum one. That one was the oldest. Mr. NHCC jumped me in the waifu break, and the King +1 waifu plus the waifu, the King, and 1 waifu shuffle, and 30 off my name Nami Slab. Got it. All right, we got it. We are on Mr. NHCC's order. What's up, man? Ah, here it is. So this goes down to $100. Good. Okay, and then you want 2 break spots, 1 in the waifu and 1 in the Nido King. We have knitting competitions on Thursday. All are welcome. Yeah, I'm up in Alaska. We a couple years behind. Okay. All right. Here's the waifu break. And here is the Nido King break. Very nice. Cool. That has 5 spots, and this has 6 spots, and there's 2 people in each. If someone wanted to start selling Pokemon, what would you warn them about first? It's very, 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 very easy to buy Pokemon cards. It's so easy. You could buy Pokemon cards all day long. Nothing will stop you. Very hard to sell Pokemon cards. So selling it's much more work. It's not as exciting. You get no dopamine from it. So you, as somebody trying to get into buying and selling as sort of like a side hobby, a side hustle, or like even a career, like a card shop, your biggest mistake is you're going to buy like some big chunk of inventory that will not sell through, and then you will have a lot of money trapped in that inventory, and that can slowly strangle you to death, right? Like let's say you buy a round of bad inventory for $10,000, and then you have to get liquidated at $7,000. You're out of business, especially if you only had $10,000. So that doesn't happen to me as a result of already having so much stuff and so much money. When I make a mistake, I just kind of go, oops, and then I can just sell something nice and make my money back. So like I can take a nice card and say, okay, I'll just give this card up, and now I'm back to having cash again. Since you're starting from the ground up, your early mistakes will lose you so much money, you will just be out of business. And then you're going to be on Dave Ramsey talking about how you put $27,000 on a credit card and that your wife divorced you because you were going to get into Pokemon card selling, but you failed. And then Dave Ramsey will be like, can't believe you did that. Or you can go on the Caleb Hamer show and tell him about it, whatever the case is. Okay, one waifu shuffle. You ready? Waifu shuffle time. Mr. NHCC, one waifu shuffle. Yeah, it's very, 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 very easy to buy a Pokemon card. Very difficult to sell them. There you go. You know why? Because 1 million people want to sell Pokemon cards. They all want to sell. And it can be quite tricky. Here it is. Ooh. All right. Thanks for that info. Yeah, so I would go in knowing that. The problem with selling Pokemon cards, many people are willing to do it for free. Many people are willing to sell Pokemon cards because they love the hobby and no other reason. There's many people who wish they could sell Pokemon cards because it's so popular right now. There will be a time period where it's not popular anymore. And anyone who doesn't have a strong foundation, you're just going to go negative and be flushed out, you know? So I had a few advantages that you might not have, and so I probably make it look real easy, but consider this. I was already a popular YouTuber when I started. I had a TheCardconomist, 130,000 subscribers. That channel also was paying me just to exist. So I was getting free money from the TheCardconomist channel as I worked on TheCardconomist. Second, I have a wife, and she's a software engineer manager, and she gets paid. So if I fail, she's not failing. So I have like a partner, and that partner is like an anchor. So if I do something wrong, it's fine. We're all right because she's got it. So if you're starting from scratch with the $0 and you don't have a backup plan like that, you don't have like a safety net if something goes wrong, and you make a couple bad moves early, you're going on the Dave Ramsey show. You're going to be on the Dave Ramsey show. Well, I thought I was going to flip Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and it's going to be really funny. People are going to watch and go, ha-ha. And nobody's going to feel bad for you at all. People are vicious these days. They want you to fail. Chen Zeg Vong also ordered a waifu shuffle. He's right next. Chen Zeg Vong. People are so bitter about other people selling Pokemon cards that they will literally cheer for you failing. They'll be like, that'll get them. Ha! One less scalper. They're really, really mean these days. Whoa! A lot of negativity, especially because the cards are so hard to obtain at the retail stores because flippers want to buy them and sell them. And so there is, man, they want to burn you at the stake if you do that. So don't do that, I guess. Some other things, if, accounting becomes a big deal. You gotta be skilled with accounting and inventory, because if you don't, you will overpay in taxes if you actually manage to sell anything, or you could be audited. The government could be like, hey, wait, did you not pay taxes? So pay taxes. And theft, chargebacks. Yeah, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. It's not that they can go wrong. They absolutely will go wrong. So all those things will happen to you at some point, and you just have to know what to do next. Here's Jonathan Bagunas, 2 boxes, PRB02. So, you'll get a massive chargeback Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but you will get a massive chargeback, and all of a sudden your whole life is just that chargeback. Because it's such a significant chargeback, there's nothing more valuable to work on with your time than that chargeback, and it'll become a really frustrating thing probably. Flippers will slash your tires if you buy ETBs before them. All right, here we are. Warren Buffett has a black label Pokemon slab. That'd be funny. There we go. All right. There's a lot of joy in doing this too. So the joy is that it's kind of fun. You know, cards, you're selling toys. And opening packs, you're like a virtual slot machine if you're doing a rip and ship. But again, that's also the folly of the job. If you were the guy who opened up the toilet paper company, hey, we specialize in making toilet paper to wipe your ass. You don't have a lot of competition. Nobody cares. Nobody's fighting to become toilet paper operators. Everyone's fighting to be a Pokemon card seller because everyone wants this job. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that a couple harebrained guys, maybe like myself to some degree or another, just guys who are a little bit crazier, I think we end up kind of rising because, I don't know, like look at me, I just work all day long. You know what I mean? This is my whole life. I'm completely consumed by it. You know why I'm selling my boats? I was talking about how the boats made me late because I don't use them. I got 2 little boats and they're both for sale and I'm getting rid of them because I don't play. I don't go out and I don't play and I don't use them. And I can't see myself playing with them ever. I drove one boat, brand new, 25,000, cedar boat. Drove it like 3 times, and I just won't use it anymore. And I look at it, and when I think about it, I go, I don't got time for that. I need to get ready for my next stream. I need to get ready for the next thing. I need to be working on a submission. I need to be doing this. I need to be doing that. So it becomes like this, you know, you have to be ready. If you told me you were ready to spend 70 to 80 hours a week on your Pokemon card startup, I could see you doing it. But you got to say 70, 80 hours. And you have to be the kind of person who wants to shop and stare at numbers all day long. So if you're the kind of person who stares at numbers and you love staring at numbers and making bets and predictions on the future of the economy and all this other stuff, I'd say you might do well as a Pokemon card seller. You might do well as any kind of salesman. Doesn't have to be Pokemon cards. Could be anything. But once I know you're that financial type of person, I'd say, yeah, go start your little business. If you're not a financial kind of person, I would bet on you kind of potentially failing. You have to have some other trick up your sleeve then. Maybe you got like this amazing personality. I don't think I have the best personality. I think some people get tired of me or they can't, you know, maybe I'm like a male Karen or something. I don't know. Maybe they get tired of it. I don't think I have the best personality, but my brain's sharp with the numbers. So that works for me. So you got to have some other angle that really works for you. And if you don't have that, you know, it's going to be very tough because it's such a competitive space. Jonathan Bagunas. I had a boat and sold it too. Did you see the new Pokemon set got announced? Ooh, after the Mega... I did not hear about that. After Mega Symphonia, Mega Brave. By the way, guys, I just placed our orders for our pre-orders for the Mega Symphonia, Mega Brave. I sent you a Discord message. Can you get back to me later? It's kind of hard to reach you there sometimes. That's why I'm kind of spamming. Ooh, let's see what it is. I think we still have some of your slabs too. Oops. Here's Mr. Dwight. I accidentally clicked on the wrong one. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. A red deck came up for 480. I'm calling my dad for investment money. All right. And it says, just wondering if you still doing the rest of the slabs. It's been a couple days since I've seen one listed. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So we're doing the rest of the slabs. Have no fear. We are. All right. We've got this and we've got this. I sold ad space for the radio for a while. Mr. Any update on the Gundams cards? The Gundam cards have been ordered, so those are on the way. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what you got left over here. You got a little chunk. So we've got Flareon, Eevee, South Park, South Park, South Park, South Park. There's the Nido Queen, South Park, South Park. And then you got these bicycle mini cards. Here we are. So I try to filter what's on the table to be a variety. You have a lot of the same cards. And I try to have a solid variety of cards. I could just flood the table with strictly your cards. I don't even do that with my cards. It's a sort of, it's like a style, you know. People are given a variety. They are. So you got these bicycle cards, and then you got these poker cards. They'll all get listed. We put up some of your best ones first, and so far those have not really sold. So that's one of the things about Pokemon is it's sort of a patience game a little bit. Oops. All right. Flood them Earthworm slabs money for days. South Park creator said they were sorry about the Trump episode. Terribly sorry. I sent you the last order for today. Thanks so much for your business. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it, Mr. Dylan Cranfield. Been very nice to me. Let's get these up here. All right. Let's get these open. All right. Yeah, we tossed up the Poker Birds. We tossed up the Gyarados Magikarp. We tossed up the Yellow Magikarp. There hasn't been strong slab sales recently. If you were watching last night, Adam, almost all of the sales were for PRB02. There it is. Here's this. And here's this. Yeah, there's been a shifting toward PRB2. How much is theft? Chef, I thought the episode was hilarious. At least other countries know we're making fun of him. Here's this, and this, and this. Very nice. Here we are. I thought it was, I didn't like the episode that much, or we talked about that a couple times. I felt like it was kind of phoned in. It felt like it was missing some sort of like wit or charm that South Park used to have. Actually, I was doing this. I was researching when South Park changed because I was scrolling through all the episodes, and I'm trying to remember when did it change. What did I conclude? Oh, I know when it changed. So South Park changed when they brought in PC Principle. That was the beginning of it all. The whole vibe and feeling of South Park changes around the time of PC Principle, which they're making fun of, like, you know, people being too woke or something like that with him, right? Before that point, South Park did not have the same focus they have today on, like, let's say, left versus right politics. It's a really specific strain of politics, right? They didn't have that same focus until they brought in PC Principle. Then it gets kind of worse as they do the connected episodes, and then it gets even worse when they bring Integrity Weed. So it's weird. South Park was a very, very different show around season 7. It was a very different cartoon, and I don't know. I actually miss it. I miss that style from the past, where the stories were more about the lives of the boys and the funny shenanigans they would get into. One great example being like Good Times with Weapons. I miss that, and I feel like we used to get mostly just that. I feel like now it's mostly just politics, and it's sort of funny, but it's also like more stressful and bitter almost, you know. We are. Look at that. Very nice. Doesn't really matter, you know, what subject they're talking about. Like they had the Kanye West episode. What was it? The last season, and it was like good. It was like relevant. It was funny, but it's like I almost just want it to be about the boys for once. I don't want it to be about Kanye West. I miss it. I do miss it. I miss the old style. Try looking up those season 7 and before, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You are? Ooh, look at that. He's Christian now, so maybe the show will change. Who's Christian? As soon as they introduced continuous plot lines, it went to crap. Well, that's what I'm saying. It was a little bit before then they introduced PC Principle, and I feel like that was when the tone of the show truly changed, was just around the time of PC Principle. Because I was looking at the history of the episodes, and maybe that was like an easy way for them to write episodes almost, you know? Like, it must be hard to write the older episodes. Like, here's another great example. The Warcraft, Make Love Not Warcraft. That is like one of the most peak moments in South Park history. It's one of the funniest episodes, but look at the whole season. That whole season was hilarious. It was awesome. So it wasn't just Make Love Not Warcraft. That whole season was great. And they stopped doing that. They stopped making those style of episodes, and they traded it in instead for almost like, you know, the New York Times political cartoon funnies. I appreciate politics. I talk about them a lot. But, I fell in love with South Park back in the late 90s. So it's 25 years later, and I miss that old feeling. I do. I miss it. That was the thing that made them so famous. All right. 2 whole boxes of PRB No mangas. No. All right. Jonathan Bagunas. I miss Chef singing I Want to Make Love to You. Right. You had stuff like that. You had alien abductions. They had all kinds of ideas, and you could tell they had that sort of edginess to talk about politics or to make fun of a celebrity or something or another. But they really did focus on the lives of the boys, and that was, you know, an integral part of the show that we've kind of lost at this point. It's gone. When this new episode came out, it's almost like the show just assumes you know all about the boys, and they don't really matter. The boys are almost just props for talking about the larger subjects like Trump acting like a tyrant and stuff like that. And I feel like they just do that so heavily all the time now. I miss it. I miss the old stuff. It's funny because they're really heavy critics of other shows. Like they make fun of Disney. They make fun of not Tomb Raider. They make fun of Indiana Jones and Star Wars. And I wonder if they've ever thought to themselves that they might themselves be losing some of the original essence of their show over time, and that this is not their best quality content as a result. Like nothing's going to beat that Make Love Not Warcraft episode, but they don't work on making those kinds of episodes anymore. And I miss it. And they can still do politics, but I miss the other style. Mr. Sritis said the show definitely has a focus on the kids getting the crazy antics, but it's definitely not true that content has been removed. South Park newer episodes have been good too. The episode ripping on Prince Harry and his wife. Yeah, so like exactly, the Prince Harry and his wife, I watched it. It was okay, but it's just, it's too much. It's all they talk about is like the latest thing. Prince Harry and his wife, Kanye West. I wish there were episodes like Make Love Not Warcraft again, and they really don't make those that often, in my opinion. We are. All right. Matt and Trey probably stopped writing it as much and let new writers take more control. That's my theory as well, that Matt and Trey might be taking a bit of a back seat, which is why I feel like Cartman is almost lacking Cartman-ness or something, like it's not him anymore. I felt that way in the new episode. He had a very brief appearance almost, and then they just had that really kind of dark suicide joke, and that was it. And I was like, ooh. But, you know, there's more to the season, so I'm hoping the next episode is more fun. It is. And here's Blue Eyes. One Piece is as hot as this weather. We miss the good stuff. It's always been antics and satire, and the satire bleeds into the antics or directly causes them. Wasn't South Park always satire? I think the show still tries to follow the boys, but it's more like a baseline to compare. Again, if you actually look at the episodes, because this is what I did. I sat down with my remote and I scrolled through all the episodes. If you start scrolling backwards, you realize there's like these significant changes to the show that occur. Tegrity Weed, Member Berries with Mr. Garrison running as Donald Trump. It just sort of takes over the show for a long period of time. There's PC Principle and the chained episodes. So when you skip past all that time period, you get to this point where South Park was kind of more like itself. It was just South Park. And I do miss that. I really do. And again, there's been episodes making fun of Democrats. There's been episodes making fun of Republicans. Maybe like an idea they don't like. Like, for example, here's a very Republican episode. They had the Strong Woman episode. Remember that? Where it was PC Principles, you know, teacher who he's not dating, by the way. Don't worry, I would never date that. That's not right. So he's not dating her. Don't worry, those aren't my kids. And she's in a strong woman competition because she's very strong, but she's beaten by a strong. So that's a very like Republican message. But it's just so political. And again, there's always been some essence of politics sort of thrown throughout of South Park's history. But get before PC Principle was introduced to the show and look at the episodes from that time period. Look at the season with Good Times with Weapons. Look at the season with Make Love Not Warcraft. And you'll see it was a very different show back then. They really have changed over time. And again, what the one guy was saying, the theory that perhaps South Park, Matt and Trey don't write their own episodes anymore, I suspect that could be true. Here's Oscar Resendez, Nido King break. You got it, man. Where are the pack break and splat? Here they are. You're asking where they're at? I think there's 4 spots in here and 5 spots in here. All right. Oscar Resendez. Here we are. Ooh, it's 7:04. All right, here we are. Integrity is a cannabis industry satire. It's what they do. I'm going to grow the best medicine. Integrity, then commercial growers like Randy cut corners. 1 to 3. Yeah, that might be relatable to a couple people. When it comes to the Integrity weed, I miss Stan and his family just living in South Park with the rest of the boys. I miss that. Do you guys ever miss that? The Integrity weed joke was really funny like a couple times, but not like, it wasn't 3 seasons of funny, you know, like I'm over the joke. The joke's okay. It was never that funny anyways. It was just okay. And it's still going. Next up, we got Dylan Cranfield. Mr. Dylan. Yes, it's been going for so long. Yeah, I thought that they would be done with it with this season, but they actually returned to it. And I'm like, they're still doing the Tegrity weed joke? Third and final ETH order, 10 more Korean rockets. Hell yeah, dude. Can't be leaving on a low note. We gotta leave on a hot pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a 10. There you go. Yeah, they overplayed that joke. It's not as funny anymore. It doesn't hit the same. Okay, 1, 2, and a 3. I'm a South Park viewer here. I'm a South Park connoisseur, so I have a lot to say about it. Some Pixar promos. Why don't you take those? And then we need 3 of the TCC Raw Shuffles, 1 Fossil Break. Fossil Break. I think you mean Jungle Break. Here you go. Here you go, Mr. Dylan. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Almost all people. I think the issue is that the satire is too nuanced for someone who doesn't smoke weed to enjoy. Well, I'm pretty sure most people don't smoke weed, right? Grandfield. It's still a relatively newer thing. It is. Like I said, it was funny for maybe 1 season, but I don't know about three seasons. Obviously, I'm not laughing at it at this point. I think it's just kind of overplayed. It's like you take King of the Hill, right? And you want to do like a King of the Hill grows weed. That's really funny. But bring him back to his original home. You missed the original home. You know, the first 20 seasons were in the original home. That's where the nostalgia is. Okay, 3 of the Raw Shuffles. Let's go get those. Ooh, here they are. Ugh. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Okay. I can't get behind South Park has dramatically changed. It really hasn't. I watched season 1 the other day. The animation got better. That's about it. Well, South Park has certainly changed. I mean, even the middle seasons of 4, 5, 6, and 7, those are dramatically different from season 1. If you watch season 1 is nothing like season 25. They're extremely different from each other. We are. Season 1, they had like Jesus and stuff, and yeah, it was really weird back then. Here we are. All right. Very good. Yeah, they could have never made an episode in season 1 like they make now. Ooh, Umbreon. They're writing stories waver in newer seasons. Pretty bad, says Wrath. Here's Drapion and Ampharos. Oh my gosh, give us a hit. Give us a hit. Ah, you got Eevee? All right. No luck on those Raw Shuffles. The Eevee is actually not a terrible card, but those are mostly cold packs. You've been funding some of the cold packs in there. Kind of like the Poke Shuffle, by the way. These work like the Poke Shuffle works. There it is. All right. This is actually kind of nice. Now it's getting old. This is from 2020, the Ampharos. Holy. Same with this Umbreon. He's from 2021. You got 2 Umbreons out of there. So actually, those are sort of like fillers, but they're not terrible fillers these days. You might be able to grade those Umbreons. All right. There we go. Hey, what's up, Justin? Been part of the stream for a minute. Sent my first order. Oh, we got to take care of it. We got to take care of it. So I'll take care of it, Mr. Justin. Guys, we are out of time. It is 7:08. I got to wrap up, okay? You ready? I'm wrong. Most people are in favor of cannabis, but there's less people who actually smoke it. We are. Yeah, like if you go to you go out in public, people are like smoking and drinking all the time, but I only run into cannabis every now and then. We are. Very nice. Place that over there. Place this over here. Place this over here. The one with the satanic woodland critters. Oh yeah, the woodland critter Christmas. It's the woodland critter Christmas. We'll stand. You gotta help us, Stan. You just got to. We are. Yeah, I miss stuff like that. That has a certain charm to it that can't be beaten. It's very it's very South Park-esque. That's what gives South Park the feeling of it, what it is. It's the core, it's the juice. It's the juicy center. We are. All right. Sent slab away. Ooh. That's a very important episode, I feel. Those kind of episodes. Same with Make Love Not Warcraft. If all your episodes are just like, did you hear about Kanye West and he's crazy? If that's all your episodes are, then the boys are just sort of a prop for modern day, trending subjects. Not just trending subjects, but let's say like whatever's in the news that day. And you could do that, I suppose. But that isn't what made me fall in love with South Park. Yeah, like they can make episodes making fun of Elon Musk. Elon Musk, oh no, he did the Roman salute or whatever it was, right? The mustache man salute. So they could do an episode making fun of that. They can do that virtually anytime they want to, but that's not what makes South Park feel like South Park. South Park feels like South Park from episodes like Imagination Land or Woodland Critter Christmas or something like that. It is. By using your imagination. It is, Mister, I'll give you a crispy $5 bill if you stream longer. I'm in it, baby. Show me the money. The order is missing Destined Rival and Gem Chinese. Oh, going a little fast right now. You need one Destined Rival and one Gem Chinese. That's Gem 2, right? Let's take care of that for Mr. Dylan Cranfield. Sorry about that, Dylan. We'll get that taken care of. All right, so here we are. And here we are. Mr. Hanky, first appearance. Howdy ho! All right, let's get that Destined Rival. And let's get you your Gem 2, which is right here. Do you still have the Magikarp Gyarados? In fact, I do. Did it get taken down in a picture in the Discord server, or is it right here up on the table? Why, looky here. $400 for Gyarados Red and Magikarp Red. How nice. There it is. All right, let's sneak these. Simon, by the way. Oop, sorry about that. Was I zoomed out that whole time? I keep zooming out for that dang Raw Shuffle. We don't normally sell those very often, so I gotta remember that. There it is. I'll take it. Do you only hold PSA 10 or any sealed too? I actually hold PSA 10s. I hold some PSA 9s, especially lately, because 10s are so expensive. And then also, I hold plenty of sealed product, which is perfect for someone like me who has a channel where people want to open booster packs. So I hold plenty of sealed product too. But I hold a surprisingly large, already graded collection because I appreciate how hard it is to grade these cards. So, you know, when it comes to my personal collection, it's all graded stuff. All right, there you go, Mr. Dylan. Nothing crazy popping out of those. You did get this nice, sparkly Umbreon. Dylan, I don't know. You're going to have to keep going, man. Dylan, you know what you should have done? You should have put all of that money that you spent today into one full box of the Destined Rivals. Then you would have definitely walked out with something. That's how it works sometimes. Because what you could have done is you could have sniped every one of those sets you opened. But the odds to snipe on 1 or 2 packs, or maybe 10 packs per box, it's lower. Versus buying one whole box of it. The odds of sniping that are high. All right, we've got Angelo Rivos. Mr. Angelo. 3 prismatics. I think I need more prismatics. 151, and shipping, I should have a bag. Angelo Rivos. Rivas. So, open box of One Piece. That should be over here. Should not be over here. All right, I got to go get more prismatic. I want to buy cards. I need a good job again. I need to go back to weed. Do you regularly track the value of your collection? Not really. That whole episode's plot would have happened without the boys' antics. Mister, do you still have the Magikarp? Integrity got me. Pokemon's. All right, let me go get some stuff. All right, here we are. You said 4 whole boxes of prismatic, right? We're on a fresh case of prismatic now, guys. If you didn't know that, now you know. Fresh case. Don't deliver for Pizza Hut is bad. All right, here we are. Very nice. Ready? All right. Grab this. Ugh. Mister, can I slab away the Gyarados and Magikarp? Yeah, absolutely. There you are. I'll set it aside for you if you are wanting to do that. Yeah. I think that's Alexis. Alexis says, all right. Okay. You don't happen to have a Bubble Mew. I have 2 of them, I think, somewhere. There you go. They don't pay me poop. I think it's actually costing me mileage and wear and tear to work for them. There it is. Yeah. It's kind of a starter job, isn't it? Well, you know, we were just talking about being ambitious and wanting to pursue your dreams and your vision and, you know, putting in the hours, grinding, avoid getting too comfortable. Here we are. Daisy's Help. Ooh. Mr. I pulled my first God pack out of a white flare. I got High Dragon in another pack, the Reshiram. Nice, dude. Nice. Nice. Here's Dusclops. Ooh, Dusclops. Lovely. Okay, you got a Dusclops, the best Pokemon, obviously. Here's a couple hollows, and here's try a couple of beers. Glass Trumpet. All right. Toss that. Oh, oops. All right. Very nice. Alexa says she wants the sardines and rice. All right. That's for Mr. Angelo. And he would like some shipping, too. He says I have a bag. Okay, let's go find it. Angelo, do I have your shipping already? Your shipping address? Let's see if I do. Let's see if I do. Mr. Angelo. Now, if I don't have it, you got to email me it, okay? Ah, I do have it. Okay, I've got your address saved. So I will go ahead and ship these out. Thank you so much. How do you know you picked the right place to put in the iris, though? It is. Let me go ahead and hit print here. Well, I mean, okay, so you mentioned right now you're doing a driving job and that you don't like the pay. So I think that's a pretty good assessment. So that means you're looking for another job. So what that could mean is you put in 40 hours of work at the current job, and then when you're done with work, you put in 20 hours of applying for the next job. That nets you 60 hours a week, and you're on the grind. You got 40 hours for your current job and 20 hours for the job you're applying for. You are. You never made someone else money right besides your dad. I worked for my dad at the age of 13, and it was like a full-time job. I basically didn't get educated. So instead of doing high school like normal people, I worked full-time for my dad so that my family didn't go homeless. And then I got my first job at Target. That's like a job, and I worked there for like years. I worked at Sears and Target at the same time, so I worked 2 jobs. So it was like 40 hours at Target and about 15 to 20 hours at Sears. And then I worked at full-time, I worked at Sam's Club, so that was 40 hours. And then I got recommended by a Coca-Cola vendor to Coca-Cola. They hired me, and that was 60 hours a week. It was crazy. They had me sign a form that said I had to work 20 hours over a week to get the job. And I thought they were exaggerating. They were not. They really make you work 60 hours a week. And then after Coca-Cola, I quit that and went to college. That was one of the easiest parts of my life because it was so easy, really. But it was a difficult course. It was computer science, so it takes a lot more hours to do code than it does to work on like a, I don't know, like a essay. And then I graduated, and in my senior year, I was full-time school and almost full-time employed for Tech Systems, working on a client who needed a database transfer. So I worked that job, and they allowed you to work as many hours as you wanted. So I could have worked a few hours, but because we were so desperate for money at the time, CARES helped me with my homework, and I worked pretty much full-time, like 40 hours, and made pretty decent money that year. Then I quit that and started doing the TheCardconomist, and that was like infinite time. Like every hour of every day I worked on that channel. I worked so hard. And now I work on this channel, and I still put in lots and lots of hours, and my doctor's warning me to work less hours. So now I'm getting warnings to work a little less, and I probably should because I'm okay. I've got a setup now. I got a home. I got everything's in order, so I should just work less now. So, but when you're still trying to make it, when you're in your starter years, you should just go nuts and just dream a big dream and get as far as you can go, you know? All right, Alicia Brown, putting the Magikarp Gyarados away. I'll just get this done real fast. All right, but so no, I worked lots of crummy jobs. I think my worst, crummiest job was being an oldest brother in a family of 11 children and just changing poopy diapers for free. You didn't get paid to do that. So that was one of the worst things I ever did, was living in a crowded, small home with 11 brothers and sisters where I was given a lot of responsibility and work all the time. I had to do the dishes 3 times a day for 13 people. 3 times a day. Pots, pans, all of the dishes. And if you didn't do it right, you were in severe trouble. Like really, really vicious, really violent kinds of trouble. It was a pretty unhappy lifestyle. But it wasn't just dishes. I had that. I had the boy bathroom. I had to clean the car every week. My mom was like a clean freak. I don't understand. Maybe I think I appreciate it a little bit more as an adult, but I did not appreciate it back then at all. I thought she was crazy. She is a little crazy. All right, Alicia Brown. She was nuts, man. So you got PSA 10, Gyarados, and Magikarp. And then this is going to say consignment. Adam P. And then it's starting out at full honeys. And you're putting 80 toward it, so you shall have $320 remaining, Miss Alicia. All right, it's all set up. So did you do Game Economist while you worked full-time? I was working on the Game Economist since I was working at Target, and I just got a few subs here and there. I broke 1,000 subscribers while I was in college. I broke 1,000 subscribers while I was in college. And all of a sudden, I started doing a lot better with the Game Economist because my brain kind of clicked with YouTube. Like I started to get it a little bit. And so all of a sudden, I was starting to get more viewers. And on a hunch that I might succeed on YouTube, I quit my fantastic computer science opportunities to just work on YouTube. And Karis, to her, what's the word I'm looking for? Credit, to her credit. She did not tell me I couldn't do that. She didn't get too angry with me. You could tell she was maybe a little nervous about it, but she didn't complain. And I was making like $5 a day on YouTube when I started, when I really did it full time. And look at me now, doing it extremely well. But YouTube was well suited for me because I'm a talker, and that was part of the plan. I was a talker, so I knew that it might be a job that I'm well suited for. If you don't fit into what a content creator needs to look like, then you might not do well on social media. So I'm not telling you all to quit your jobs and become YouTubers. That might not be the best pathway for you. Karis, for example, I don't think she'd like my job. I think she'd hate it. And she does computer software, and she gets paid very well for that. So she found her success doing just a normal job. She's got a 401k. She's got healthcare. She's got good pay. She doesn't have to work as hard as I do. She didn't even work as many hours. She works less hours. She gets more free time. So whatever works for you is what works for you. But the goal is to be super energized, have a plan, take steps toward your plan. Don't get too bitter. Don't get resentful. You got to avoid those kind of feelings. Kevin Pfeiffer. Oh, is it Kevin Pfeiffer? 3 packs of OP10. All right, you got it, man. Don't get disillusioned. If life sucks right now, understand that the feelings of having a sucky lifestyle are holding you back a little bit. You don't want to hold on to those feelings. Let them go. Don't let them control or define you. Here's Kevin Pfeiffer. He says, for 1 pack of Korean Rocket. Okay, 1 pack of Korean Rocket. Oh my God, wouldn't it be funny if this was like a big hit like Rocket Mewtwo? Okay, there you go, Mr. Kevin. All right, let's get this open. Here goes. Mister, last night you said a career as a musician equals failure. So musicians is a very, 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 very tough career. If you are a Mozart type, like you were born with like some sort of special brain for music, there should already be clear signs of that. There should already be clear signs that you're an extremely good performer. There should already be clear signs you've got a brain for music. You're just skilled at it in some weird way that others are not. And so if you've got that going for you, like truly going for you, go for it. But just remember this. Only like 0.001% of musicians are actually making it in this world. You might get a lesser complicated musical job, like maybe you could do music for video games, soundtrack artist, right? You're not going to be a pop star then, but you're going to be a soundtrack artist. Here's the problem. AI is going to do that job so soon. It's getting so close. So I would probably hesitate because that kind of job is going to be automated, or at least it's going to be tool assisted, and they're going to need fewer people. So, but if you got a special talent in music and you know it, go for it. I'd say go for it. But you have to know that you have it. And if you feel like you're average, stay far away from it. It's a trap. It's a trap. If you think you're average, stay away from it. You can't be average in music. You have to be the top 1%. You have to be exceptional. You have to be way better than everyone else. So if you're way better and you know it, go for it. If you're not way better, don't waste everyone's time. Save yourself. You only get to live one time, right? YOLO? Well, that's actually a good argument for why you should take a conservative route in life sometimes. You know, because you only get one shot at this, and if you screw it up, you're going to be a bum, and you don't want to be a bum. You want to be rich. And I say that with love. I don't mean to hurt anyone's feelings. I say that with love. All right, you ready? I want you guys to be rich. Here's Justin Bruntz. You know, Charles Dickens' own mother didn't believe in him. Was that right? Or was it the other way around? She did believe in him. Wait. Let me make sure how the story goes. Did Charles Dickens' mother approve of him writing? Right, so the mom didn't really support it. And so he's like an example of an artist. He's an example of like an author who didn't get any support to go become an author, and he became a famous one anyways. But here's the catch. He's an actual good artist. You actually have to be good at making stuff. So evaluate yourself. Take a look at it and say, am I doing this better than other people? Here's Justin, first order here, watching a while now, love the streams and company. Spot in the Nido King break and one live custom. Let's get it. Mr. LaFlame says, I sent for 20 gradings. You can choose from the semi-rigids. Hell yeah, dude. All right, so we're going to say LaFlame 20 grades. We're going to do that tonight because it is almost 7:30. LaFlame, and that will take a little while. We're going to pick out your best ones. We are. Good choice, man. There you go. Did you see the shooting in Manhattan that just happened? I'm sure I'm about to. I'm going to hop on the internet and have some fun because the stream's almost over. One live custom for Mr. Justin. Ta-da! One cold live custom. Now you know what it's like, Justin, to feel the pain of the cold live customs. The chilly, freezing cold pain. And now one spot in the Nido King. All right, we got this. Your wife said she's doing overtime, so you can continue streaming. Oh, yeah? Wow. Thanks for letting me know. So that actually looks like 4 people. I think we have 4 people in here. Okay, we're going to say 3, and we're going to say 4. All right, there we go. Nido King. 2 spots left on the Nido King. He's quite close. I imagine that will go off tonight. Notably today, the waifu break moved a little bit as well. So here's the waifu break. Here it is. So waifu break up to 2 out of 5 spots. There's only 5 spots, so that'll be over in no time. The pack split, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 2 spots left in the pack split. It's a break, but we call it a pack split. That's what we do with it. We split the cards in the pack up between people. So there we have it. Today's stream, busy from beginning to end. Lots of conversation. You know, I think it's easy for me to talk in the daytime. I'm so awake. And I happened to get normal sleep last night, so I got a full night's sleep. And now, for me to go back to work, I'll be hopping off of here and working on selling those boats again. So we're done streaming, but I'm not done working for the day. Have a nice day, guys. I'll see you tonight for the late night stream. See you later, everybody.